All right, we are on to 10-3, which is multiplying binomials. Okay, so as you can see with this first one here, we have two binomials, the x minus 2 and the x plus 6, and you have to multiply each of the four parts together in order to get an answer. It's not like distributive property where you just get to take one number and then rainbow it in. They have a couple methods here, and I've actually never heard of the vertical method, so I'll let you look at that one if you want to. I'm going to explain the horizontal method and then give you a third method that ends up working really well if you have trinomials to multiply or anything bigger. So the horizontal method here, what they do is they group up the product. So what they did is they took the x and then multiplied it by this whole piece, which was the x plus 6. You can see that right here. And then they separated the -2 and then did it a second time where they took the 2 and then they multiplied it by that again for the second part. And that way it turns it into two distributive properties and not just a cluster of binomials. So from here, you can use what you know about distributive property, distribute the x through, and get the x squared plus 6x. And then you can do the 2 and then get the 2x and the 12. Okay, and then from there, you combine it together. So what I want to show you is another method called an area model. Okay, and you use it by literally drawing a square. So let me show you here. Because we have a binomial and binomial, we're going to go ahead and draw a box with four pieces, two across the top, two across the side. If it was three, we would draw three boxes or four boxes, depending on how much stuff you have. So across the top, I'm going to write x and then a -2 and then an x and then a plus 6. So those are your two binomials. One goes across the top, one goes across the bottom. And you literally do area of a square. So if I focus on this first quadrant, that upper left, it's going to be an x times an x, a length times a width. Okay, so x times an x gets me this x squared. And I just focus on the sides of that square or rectangle because they're not the same. But so the next one, moving to the right, we're going to take x, which is here on this vertical side, and then the -2, which is across the top. So length times width, x times -2 gets me -2x. And then I'm going to do the same thing going across the bottom. So left to right, I have x across the top, 6 across the side. So that is 6x. And then you have the 6 on the length side, the -2 on the width side, so that makes -12. So as you can see, it's the same four pieces. It just makes it so that you're breaking them up and not missing anything. It's a different way to organize. Now, it's something to get you used to the multiplying of the binomials or something bigger. It's definitely not the most efficient one to use, and we're going to look at that here in a sec. But you have your four pieces, and then after all the four pieces are done, you're going to combine any like terms that you see. So obviously we have the 2x and the 6x, which can be combined together. So the final answer is the same as before, x squared plus 4x minus 12. Okay, so if you have a hard time organizing it in the vertical method or the horizontal method, you can use this last one, which is called an area model.